Yes, everyone, it has been a very long time since I have brought you a NHl Supercard video, and this is 2k18, as you can see by the validating download screen. Now, I have a confession to make. I did play this game. This isn't a first impression, a first view of the game. Okay, I've been playing a little bit, and the reason why I was kind of playing is because I thought I want to get an idea of the game before I do my video, so I can give you guys my opinion on it based on some play, not based on a first view. So I decided to call this the good, the bad and the ugly. And why have I done that? Because there are some good points about the game, there are some bad points about the game, and there are some ugly points about the game. And I'm not going to try and focus on all the bad things and stuff, but let's have a look. So what is good? Well, I've always thought the game looks pretty crisp. Once again, it's got a similar layout. You've got face off, you've got spinners in here. Excuse me, they're not called spinners. You've got your season play. Your season play now resembles the My NBA version rather than the old substitute which we used to have in the past, that you put your best cards in. So you want to use your best 18 cards, and there's no real need to sandbag because you don't swap people out. It's going to be random to who gets picked. And yeah, you've got quick games and stuff, so everything else on the face of it looks the same. So it plays quite nicely. I think there's 450 cards at the moment in the game, something like that. There's probably going to be fractionally more, but player cards, it's somewhere around there. So that's another good point. The fact is that if you pull cards, or you go into the card store and are willing to buy packs, for example, the number of cards you could potentially get to make a pro are less, so you got more chance of making pros. In the games where you have a lot of cards in a tier, it's obviously a lot harder to get pros. So pack wise as well, credits cheaper than the other Supercard games. However, you're only getting one card. I feel they could have changed that. Okay, so let's go from the goods, which are like, it basically plays like NHl Supercard 2k18. Let's go into the bad. This looks exactly like what my NBA did between 16 and 17, which was just wipe the whole game and start again. I mean, the player cards, everything, they look pretty similar. We'll come to those in a minute. The packs, there's no change to the packs. There's no kind of desire to give you more cards like they've done in the other games. The prices are the same. I mean, the images are the same. It's still very basic, which wasn't a bad thing, but it looks like literally no effort has been made to make this into a new game. It's just a complete rinse and repeat, which is going to, I imagine, upset a lot of players who have played the game, because you've been waiting for a long time for events. It's been a stale game, and then they've just basically said, we're just going to rewipe it and start again, so come and play. I know it's going to frustrate people, because it frustrated people in the MyNBA community. And in terms of cards, I mean, we'll just click on the cards and just show you that there is no different design. Okay, the colours are exactly the same, the layouts are exactly the same. The images look very similar, the backgrounds are very similar, it's almost completely identical. So I call that ugly. That does look like laziness. Now, I think a lot of people would have been fairly happy if it was the same way that the game played out and it looks similar, but the feature was the same, but the card designs were different, the colouring was a bit different, the layout was a bit different, the packs offered you multiple cards, you know, just a bit which made it look like the developers had put a bit more time and effort into it. Now, I appreciate this isn't the biggest franchise, but it's going to be very hard to attract, I think, players to the game, new players to the game, players that play the other versions to come here. They're going to look at it and see it does look a bit dated, although it's meant to be new. So it kind of then made me think, you know what, I'm going to try and play this game almost free to play. And when I say almost free to play, I've got credits for spinners, okay? And the reason why I've got spinners, you get those in face-off, we'll come to those in a moment, but if I show you in quick game, I actually managed to get a epic spinner and end up with a hot streak, which is helping me at the moment. Yes, I would have preferred a player, but they're the only thing which I can see myself spending money on in the near future. Now, maybe if you guys like the video, it gets a good response, it gets a lot of people saying that I'll do a couple of pack openings, see what I get. I do think doing pack openings early in the game are the best value, because you get the most use out of the cards. And if you do have another look at the shop, I'd only go for this epic to legendary rarity pack. Maybe I'll do 3 of those kind of things, see what I get, and take it from there. But for the moment I've just been playing with a couple of credits in case I get the spinners, and seeing what happens from there. So everything plays the same. There's nothing new to tell you guys, okay, apart from in Face Off, if they used to have these, way up, let me go to leaderboard to show you. If they used to have these, I think they're called light the way. If you get any of those, and obviously depending on what tier you are, the more likely you are to pull better ones of them, and the better stuff you get off of them. So if you actually click on the rewards, you will see what I mean. You will get these spinners. For example, there's a common spinner and it will spin round and it shows you what you've got a chance of winning, whether it be support cards or enhancements or the next tier. So if you move across, as you see, as the tiers go up and they get rarer, the rewards get better, the cards get better, and then as you start to hit ultra rare spinners and epic spinner, which I got, you got an option here to win a legendary card, an epic card, as well as the boost, and finally that legendary spinner. As you can see, you have 2 legendary cards available and 1 epic. Now the good thing about these is you can get pros. They're not random cards like on my NBA. If you pop 2 of the same, and that, I think that's what's his name, Wayne, god damn it, can't remember, I haven't played this game for ages. But anyway, if you happen to get 2 of the same, then you're going to get yourself a pro. It's not a random reward, it is a guaranteed pro. So yeah, that is pretty cool. Light the lamp, that's it, light the lamp. So yeah, the spinners are pretty good. Probably the only thing I can really see myself spending any kind of money on at the moment. Now my wins are 30 wins and 15 losses. That's mainly because I was playing this before with a much weaker team, and it does seem pretty hard to win when you've got the standard cards to begin with. And even now, head to head is going to be very difficult to win games until you actually build yourself a fairly decent team and balanced team. And when I say balanced, I mean you want to have a couple of good pros and a couple of weaker cards if you're trying to keep your rarity down. At the moment I'm just trying to build all my cards to make a few pros, so I'm just playing games in between because you get the chance to get the spinners, but I'm not really worried about moving up the ranks too much on my wins or losses. And with that as well, in quick games, done my 100 games to get my ladder rewards. As you can see here, if I click on ladder rewards, I've played 100 games, so able to do that to get this Jeff Petrie, which is your 100 game rewards, and it gives me an idea now what the game is like. So as with all the others, you do get your ladder rewards, they go enhancements, they go to cards as we move down. You get a rare center, you get a ultra rare center, and finally you do actually get a goalie. When you get 2,000 to 2,500, you get an epic goalie, and then we move down to the left wing with Van der Kane at the end, legendary card. So this part here, at least you know as you progress through the game, you're guaranteed to get yourself an epic pro goalie, because goalies once again in this game are going to be key. They're very, very hard to get, and like myself, sorry, not like myself, I do quite like that. I do like the idea. It's a bit like having females in WWE, that it doesn't matter how much you play the game, play, you're still kind of limited to an extent, and you still need to get that bit of luck if you're going to be able to build a really good team. But let me just play a game against Banshee and show you the play out again, just to disappoint those of you who haven't yet downloaded the game but have played its previous versions. Everything's going to look pretty much exactly the same. We're going to throw out my weakest cards first of all. Whenever a goalie match is called up, I tend to just throw it as a loss because I don't have a good goalie. I now need to try and definitely win this 2-person match. And finally, if focus is called, I will throw out my boost. If not, I'll just use the skating boost, and here we go. That's it, done, and we've won. So the team is now in a better shape to win quick games, but I do still struggle quite a bit when it comes to head-to-heads, because yeah. Oh, and there you go, we've got early Stempinak there. Now I'm trying to just work my way through and get myself up to super rare plus as quick as I can, because I want to try and get more super rare pulls, put myself into ultra rare, and just try and increase those kind of pulls I can get, because I'm not going to start a season until I've got a few good cards. And although I do have a few super rare cards and a few rare cards, I need to get those duplicates out. So this is going to be a bit of rinse and repeating over the weekend, seeing if I can build a team, build a squad. During that time, if you guys play, watch the video, like, comment. If it gets a good amount of attention, then possibly I'll come back, as I said, and open a couple of those packs, see what legendary and epic cards that I get. I'm also going to try and build myself a team for the season, but we've got to wait for that. Okay, got to wait for a better team to do that. In terms of face-off, I will actually show you one game now, just for the sake of it, just to show you how kind of difficult I'm finding it with a team like this. Now, admittedly, I could drop my team down. Okay, I could drop myself down into super rare, and I would increase my likelihood of winning. Although it is still pretty difficult, it would be a lot better than I'm currently finding it. However, I'm keeping it super rare plus because I want to increase that chance of me actually getting super rare cards, because that's what I'm going to need to improve this team. Now, as you can see, we're waiting for opponent to connect, so that's the good news. At least I'm actually playing a human, so credit to the game here. These are harder because I don't seem to be coming up against any bots. I do seem to be coming up against a lot of people, but you do then have to wait longer for the game, so it's kind of like a coin flip, pros and cons. Here we go. So we're going to go up against the goalie. We're going to assume they haven't got the best goalie going, and we're going to keep our boost. We're going to take a bit of a risk here. In fact, no, we're not. We're going to try and go for the guaranteed win here, just in case. Now, they did have a really good centre and the weak goalie, so we've taken that win. Now we're going to have to try and win this game. I really wanted focus to come up. Focus was the key here. Focus was what was going to set us apart. And now we're going to lose this match because, here you go, we haven't trained our team up enough, and it just didn't quite fall the way that I wanted it to. So that's a loss. Another one pick. Now, I have actually been watching the adverts when it's off of the computer, because I just need to get more picks in. So I'm watching adverts in head-to-head, because in head-to-head, if you watch an advert, you've got more chance of then picking a spinner off the board. When I'm just playing normal game, I just play rinse, repeat, get my games done. I try to keep my adverts for when I'm playing head-to-head. That's another little tip that I'd suggest to people. Even if you're not going to play head-to-head to win, like there, play it to use your adverts. Because if you can pick one of those spinners and you get a nice early ultra rare or epic spinner, you can upgrade it. You could potentially put a nice card early on, which could be any one of those epic or ultra rare cards, which could help you quite drastically, I'm going to say, in terms of being able to build a team. It needs to give me some kind of leeway here, guys. I'm getting messed up if this keeper, I lose it anyway. I can't win when it puts my goal at the end, basically, because I don't have a good enough team. So if ever I pick goal at the end, it's a guaranteed loss. Let's see if we can go for 3 out of 3. Yeah, definitely cannot win with goal at the end. The only other way I can try and do it is to hold back one of my better cards and see if my medium cards can take the opponent. We'll try that this go. But yeah, as you can see here, head to head, team isn't good enough to worry about wins and losses. I'm just playing the game. I'm literally playing the game, trying to get the picks, trying to get something good off, trying to pull some pros. I'm not really too worried about the rare pros, really just trying to get those super rare cards off the board. And here we go, this is much better for me. I get to throw in my 2 weak cards, know my opponent's going to use at least one of his better cards. Maybe not his best card, but one of his better cards. So here we go, there we go. Joe Gardner's one of his better cards. So now when it comes to the outfield, I can use my best card and hopefully get myself back to level terms. And then if playmaking is called in the last game, focus is called in the last game. Okay, yeah, he saved a card. That's definitely not his second best card. Skating. Damn, I really wanted focus because I could use that 24 boost, and that's almost a guaranteed win. So he's got a single. Yeah, I knew he had a better card, but we are going to get this win. So the call of the games benefited us there, and as long as we don't get that goalie game at the end, then we have a chance to win when it comes up last. I'm basically forfeiting. So that was just a quick introduction, guys. I'm going to kind of like judge what you guys want to see and do based on the video. I said I haven't played the game for a while, so it's about getting back into it. I will invest some time into it to try and see if I can do well. Bear in mind you do get a pro player bonus when you download it. 15 days. Just remember, okay, just remember, I'm going to say this once, so please listen. Do not use it on any single card you have yet, unless you use a pack, and even then don't use it. Okay, so even if you go and buy 20 packs, still don't use it. But that's about the only time you would. If you got a legendary card and you want to pro that, then yes, fine, you can do it, but I'd still hold off until literally the end. Wait till the last day, because you never know what you might pull. Even if you're buying packs, you might get a season reward, you might get a pull off the board, anything like that, and pull a pro, and then you could have saved it to pro a different card, then it's just going to be a single duplicate in your deck. So hold off on that until the end, just don't forget about it. Anyway, I've been my time. Thank you for watching, people. Take care, I'll see you all soon.